I would agree with that. Within 4 years, I think it will come out before the next generation of consoles, anyways.
Also, it really surprised me that we did not get any like teaser for like new consoles. I feel like this would have been the year to do it, to like tease new stuff. I guess people are just fine with having PS5s and Xbox One S's, which is okay because honestly, I don't think they need to be upgraded more. Because I think we're, to be honest, guys, like gaming technology has stopped advancing. Now we're just polishing stuff. Like, there's nothing to like advance anymore, at least with the technology that we currently have. And it's been that way, no joke, since like the PS4. It's just now about resolution. 4K, 60 frames per second, 144 hertz. Like, realistically, guys, like, I want your legit answers. When do you think is the time that we'll actually get to like photorealism? Like, I'm talking like borderline uncanny valley, but it looks like how you're looking at me. Essentially, I'm gonna be in my 40s. I'm gonna be in my 50s, actually. Holy shit. Here, I thought I was still 28. Oops. And here's the thing. I don't know if I want photorealism in gaming. I think there definitely was a time during like the PS3, Xbox 360 era that we wanted that so much and so badly. But guess what? That strive for like that photorealism to get to that point within that generation and beyond killed kind of like gaming a little bit for me. Because then it became all about graphics at the sacrifice of gameplay. It just sucks. Dude, Resistance 3 looks better than most games today. It's wild. Okay, so here's the thing. Because I've definitely looked at the evidence, and there are some games from, like, the 2010s, let alone late 2000s, that looked really good and hold up even to today's standards. And at some points look better. And it all comes down to art direction. I feel like we're like going for realistic lighting engines and forgetting about the artist's touch to make things look cool and or better. And now we just go for flat looking games. And all about ambient occlusion and how these shadows look, you know. Guess what? Far Cry 3 looked better than the new Far Cry. Why is that? Because art direction. It comes down to art direction, not just lighting engines and reflections to make things look more realistic, but they look flat as a result. And I think developers are losing. They keep striving for more realistic lighting engines and whatever, and within Unreal or whatever engine they're using. And I think as a result, they rely on that too much and don't take in the artist's touch. We're going to look at two examples here. And you tell me which game looks better to you. And if it's close, then I've done a good job. And I won't tell you what game it is. Example 1. Here's a game from this year. Right? Like, visually, it gets the job done, right? There's good lighting. There's awesome shadows happening. Light is bouncing off him in a realistic way. Movement is smooth. All right? So you get an idea for the visual identity of this game, right? Okay, here's the next game. Chat, why does this look better? This is Uncharted 4, by the way. I try to like do similar looking areas. It comes down to art direction. This is baked in lighting essentially, which is I think looks better because you're allowed to like have more of an artistic touch with it rather than just relying on lighting sims, you know? And this game, when did Uncharted 4 come out, chat? The Bond game was announced in 2023 and didn't come out till this year. So that maybe let's for the sake of argument, let's say it had a 3 to 4 development year cycle. That's more than enough time to make a game look better than this. Granted, this is like the best looking game of this era, but it still beats modern games to this day. So 10 years ago, this is a 10-year-old game. You could honestly argue this looks like it could have came out this year. So again, it backs up my theory of gaming technology has not advanced since the PS4 era. And this is proof. This is legit proof. Hang on. Nate, hang on there for a minute. Let's go check out on Bond and see what he's up to. Like, yeah, okay, the resolution definitely here is higher. Uncharted 4 definitely is not a 4K game, whereas this is. So it looks a little bit more crisp in certain areas, but still, I think it falls a little flat. let's look at cutscenes. In-engine, in-game cutscenes. Yeah, this looks good, right? Yeah, you can look at this and be like, yeah, okay, this actually looks pretty good. This is all in-game. The textures on the face are better. The hair looks way more realistic. The facial animations look better. And you can argue that probably comes down just to like development time and like in the mocap stuff. The mouth movement might be the only thing lesser. Yeah, but that's something that games have always struggled with until like recently. So, but it like legit holds up, if not surpasses. Yeah, this looks worse. I'm legit saying that. I think this looks worse. Always lit with a spotlight. Yeah. Yeah. This harsh spotlight like gives them a shine look that does not flatter anything. Where you look at this and it's like, goddamn, that's some like really good lighting. Like, where does that light come from? You know what? That's a very good point. Yeah, because he's behind the wall frame. But Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. I just think this game from 10 years ago looks better. This does a better job, but again, it's plastic. Why is this man made of plastic? Looks like he's made of Play-Doh. Well, Bond, most impressive. We shall shag later in the bathroom. Anyways, making up my own stories. This looks better. So yeah, that's my argument. Modern games, I just feel like don't try to look good because they rely too much on just making things easier, like lighting engines and ray tracing, that type of stuff. Whereas games back then like had to have baked-in lighting, which resulted in better looking stuff. It's quantity over quality in terms of ease of access and making things easier for the developers so they don't spend 10 years on one game. But whatever. What do I know? I'm just a Twitch streamer. I was thinking about this the other day, and I want to watch it again. Also, again, this game came out 10 years ago. Visually speaking, looks better than the last 2 Battlefield games. Last 3 Battlefield games. Just saying. God. It is the best Battlefield to feel like you're actually in a war. It's so immersive. And the art direction, I still think is peak visually Battlefield for me, is Battlefield 1. Battlefield 6 is fun and everything, but visually speaking, it looks flat. Again, we have this weird thing of having like gameplay look flat. Again, dude, this game came out 10 years ago. And visually speaking, I think it looks better than Battlefield 6. Let's just find a good moment here to kind of like look at everything, and then we'll pull up BF6. Again, it comes down to art direction, how much care they want to put into things. But off the rib, like, yeah, this looks good. It looks realistic, but this looks significantly more interesting, right? Why is that? God damn, I love Battlefield. Like, yeah, I can see some things that, you know, by today's standards would look better in terms of, like, geometry and texturing, but visually speaking, overall, I think it looks way more interesting and better than Battlefield 6. Here, I'll give you the full screen experience. Or 2042 or even 5. 5 was on par, I would say, with 1, if not lesser. But 2042 definitely did not hold up visually. Okay, so there's your minute of that game. Let's take a look what's happening over here. Be like, yeah, okay. Things look more crisp, right? The lighting is doing its thing. So why does this look way more flat as a result? It's definitely less saturated. That's for sure. This might be my bias coming into play, but I definitely like games to be more colorful. Let's fast forward here to more. Oh, look, it's just more orange and browns and grays. The sky is barely blue. Like, yeah, you're in Egypt. I get it. You're in Cairo. I understand. Like, I enjoy the game. I really do. I think Battlefield 6 is actually one of the best Battlefields since Battlefield 1. Humble opinion. But visually, man, It lacks. Something about it, it lacks. Back to Battlefield 1. Like, the colors just pop a little bit more. A little bit more. Like, the greens are greens. The dirt is dirt colored. And you could blame the, you know, bit rate of this video to the recording at the time. But I just think it looks better. Let's go back even further to see how Battlefield looked with Battlefield 4, which was 2012, 2013, 2014? 12 years ago. Guess what? I could tell the blues are blues. And the browns are browns. The reds are reds. Holy shit color. Okay, that guy's teabagging. We love to see it. Pop off, queen. One thing I'm noticing, texturing, not as good, but it has a visual identity. Sometimes less is more. It's a good point, Brett. BF3 gameplay. So, this game had a blue filter over it. Let's see how well it looks. This is from definitely 14 years ago, if not more. Oh boy. It looks interesting. I kind of like the blue tint, I'm not going to lie. This game always hurts my eyes. Yeah, the blue filter did definitely bother a lot of people. I never minded it. Okay, well that guy just wasn't paying attention. That guy is asleep. That's what I was thinking. Funny enough, this map is in BF6 right now. I think the blue filter is doing a lot for me, but I don't know. Tell me which one looks more visually interesting, chat. I think just flat out, the left picture looks better visually. Or am I crazy? I don't know. I just think the left picture looks more visually interesting. Okay, this is terrible. The left side looks so much better. Look at that versus how flat everything looks on the right side. Am I crazy? Anyways, at the end of the day, I just think Battlefield 3 had a more visually striking look to it, where colors were a little bit more poppy, where this one just, everything kind of blends in together. Like, it looks more realistic, but guess what? I don't want my games to look that realistic, I guess. Like, okay, this is a great comparison. Like, look, I could tell those are fires in the distance. It's really popping. The blues are blues, the oranges are oranges, and you got everything. I could tell what color everything is. It's interesting. I guess it looks okay. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that, actually. I think it'll both look fine, actually. Anyways, enough about that. Final thoughts. I think games look better back then. Visually more interesting than nowadays.